Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike. This time we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Sylvie action figure by Hasbro. Now, if you hadn't already, please follow, like, and subscribe to my social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get a notification of when I post new content. So here we have Marvel Sylvie from the Disney Plus and Marvel Studios live action Loki series. Now, for those of you who have watched the series, you know who Sylvie is. For those of you who have not, Sylvie is a female variant of Loki, agent of chaos, capable of the same feats as Loki is, with the same or greater power that he has. The character in the live action series is loosely based off of two separate comic book characters, Lady Loki and a character by the name of Sylvie Lushton. Now, in the live action series, Sylvie is portrayed by British actress Sophia Di Martino. And when we last see her, she has enacted her revenge and essentially thrown time into a state of chaos. So it's going to be interesting to see where this series goes. The other thing that we've seen in series 1 is a hint at a romantic arc between Loki and Sylvie. That'll be interesting to see where that goes as well, because I really like Loki. He's a really cool character. He deserves a wife, you know. So I think that's going to be interesting to see if that plays out. I've actually had this figure for quite a while, and I just never got around to doing a product review on it. And I purchased it specifically for one reason, because I went onto eBay and I purchased a handmade accessory for this action figure that we'll see in just a few minutes. So inside this packaging, of course, you see Sylvie. She's got her sword, an alternate pair of hands. There is a cape included with the Build-A-Figure series, and the insert in the card has the Time Variance Authority logo in the back. There's some nice artwork on the side of actress Sophia Di Martino in her role as Sylvie. And then on the back, you have that same image and a brief bio. It says, Marvel Sylvie, laser focused and relentless. Sylvie is the TVA's most formidable villain who has vowed to burn the organization to the ground. And it looks like she is well on her way to doing that. And she includes the Build-A-Figure cape for Marvel's The Watcher, who doesn't look too much unlike some children that I saw in middle school. We have Sylvie out of her plastic prison, and as you can see, this is a really nice looking action figure. I do like her outfit. That was one of the first things that I noticed about this character when I watched the series. Very, very nicely done. I do like this. And sadly, I don't have a Loki action figure to compare her with, but Sylvie looks phenomenal all the way around. Let's bring her in close so you guys can see her head sculpt. And it utilizes the Hasbro Photoreal technology app, which allows these characters to come to life in ways that weren't possible before that technology was created and utilized. We'll back her up where you can see her trousers and her boots, and her cloak is just molded plastic. And this is the only thing that really detracts from this figure, because this really constricts and limits your ability to place the figure in a realistic pose and things like that. Sadly, she also does not include a sheath for her sword, and I don't know why. I can't understand why they didn't include that. But a really nice figure. As far as articulation, her head is on a ball joint. Forward and lateral movement at the shoulder, bicep rotation, double jointed elbow, elbow rotation, wrist rotation, and pivot on this action figure. Forward and lateral movement at the thigh, thigh rotation, double jointed knees, lower leg rotation, and the foot will pivot and angle to the side. No waist swivel. The torso is on a ball joint. And Personally, I think that's disappointing that they don't include a waist swivel on this action figure, because it would allow a greater range of motion. Now let's talk about height. Sylvie stands approximately 6 inches tall. Also included in the packaging is her sword, and I do like this. I like the green blade, and it's got some Asgardian inscriptions there. Gold-plated handle. Looks like the hilt of the handle's in the shape of a falcon's head. There's more inscriptions on both sides of the handle and inscriptions on this side of the blade as well. Now, to hold the sword, you have to switch out the hands on the action figure. Let me get the appropriate ones in there. And let's see. Oh yeah, she can hold her sword. If I'm not mistaken, in the TV series, the blade is a little bit longer than that. But that's still really cool, because you can get her in a decent action pose, if you will, where she's ready to fight the TVA. Now, I talked about how limiting this plastic cloak is. So I went on eBay and I purchased this, a handmade wired cloak just for this action figure. And we're going to see how this fits. Because it's wired, you can shape it around her body any way that you wish. So you can essentially place Sylvie in any kind of position she can stand. And you can have her cloak wrapped around her with no issues. If you want both of her arms, outstretched for whatever reason, you can take it, wrap it around up here, and pull it back here. You can have her like that. And I just think that looks really, really awesome. That allows you to place the action figure in very realistic poses that you could not achieve with this. Isn't that cool? That's well worth the money. I'm glad I spent it. Overall, this is a phenomenal action figure. If you collect Marvel Legends and you don't have this, you need to order it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have Marvel Legends Sylvie by Hasbro.